It's time to find out who's the king of Skarsgård. Will it be the local Dane, or will it be the disruptor from the south in Cool? One and all, we've got $100 on the line here in this play-only Skarsgård show match. Best of 5 to see who's the best at this map currently. Big shout out to Avali, who created Skarsgård, by the way, as well as a big shout out to Hymenaea, who put the $100 on the line to find out who's the best at it. It's going to be a fun one, though. We open up with Voldemort on his true signature civ, his best civ, in my humble opinion. I think this is where he thrives most. It is, of course, the Abbasids. And a classic for core. All right, like, you know, I kind of meme on him about the HRE, but before HRE, I felt like this was the base, right? This is where we saw him play the most into the Rus. And a new and improved Rus. A little bit weaker in the first 5 to 10 minutes, but a lot stronger past that with a new and improved bounty system. A bounty system that is going to benefit a crap ton from the surplus of deer on this map. I think we talked about it before that, like, I think the maps was 50 plus deer. It's a lot. There's more deer on this map than you'll find on any other map that I'm aware of in a 1v1. Because you got like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 deer, 3 a stack. So that comes out at 45, right? Then you've got 5 deer in each player's base. That's 55 deer. Oh my dear, that is high. Right? Like typically on a map, you're going to be seeing 28 deer. It has double the bounty of any other map, but for good reason, folks. There is only 5 sheep per player. You start with 5 in your base, and that is it. So, really cool to see. Love that Avali was the first person to jump on this. With the dynamics being changed the way they have, with the bounty system being reworked, we can get more creative again. I cannot be the only one that's kind of bored by the idea of like every single map being 2 deer stacks and a boar per player. It's kind of lame. Even berries has been tamed, right? Like outside of Lipany, every map pretty much has the same amount of berries. So, really cool difference here. I do think maybe the berry civs have been treated a little bit harshly here, as there's not much in the way of that on the map. But the deer is a really cool detail. I also hope we get to see new Gaia units. I'd love to see Giraffe, man. Now that I've played some Major Myth, watched the Major Myth, and experienced like all these different unit types, it adds a layer of character that I think is underrated. So, Eco Wing on the way. Voldemort is going to be playing a Greedy Boy game. No surprise there. We said that this is usually, in this matchup, is a TC race. Bastards are quite good in this matchup, actually, because if it turns 2TC versus 2TC, their TCs are just better. Cheaper to produce with Eco Wing, and also more cost-efficient to produce out of. If you want cost efficiency, if you want everything perfect, click that link right now. We just talked about Protein Works. Big shout out to them for sponsoring us. I want to try and push them hard, because obviously they're going to be sales-driven. They want to see performance returns on the sponsors that they do. And if they see good returns, they'll increase what they're sponsoring for, which will give me more money to put into little tournaments. Win-win, in my opinion. Gets you guys something delicious, and gets you more entertainment to sink your teeth into. So, Golden Gate coming in. Is this going to be Pro Scouts again? It doesn't reek of it to the same degree we've seen previously. He has nobody out on gold. He's only got 1 ticket. It does take 50 seconds to grab. I think it's feasible, but instead, hold the telephone. 8 villager pull, bore towards the enemy base. Dare I say proxy Rus base? This has all the air of that old school classic you'd see on maps like Lipany. It's going to be muddied a little bit by the fact that wolves are joining on the party, and oh no. Oh no. Can he actually grief this? He might be able to. Boar's going to be stabbed down straight away. The wolves are proving annoying though. Boar almost getting a kill. Scout joins in. And this has become quite messy. He's going to try to rush up the outpost. He needs to stab this down. 1 villager lost straight away though, and the Gaia are working together. The wolves are not being killed. Oh my god, finally it goes down, but alongside it goes down 2 villagers, and the spearman shows up from Voldemort. He has to commit now. There's no choice. Either run away or build it. There's no other in between. What an insane start to this game. Second spear is now arriving, and I think he's running out of choices here. It's going to be a dive pass. 2 villages struck down. I mean, funnily enough, it might have been a way that you could actually just killed all these villages and stop the outpost going up, but I love that Voldemar wasn't too greedy about it. Outpost is up, but that is a half-power ball play. God damn, he is going for a double archer range. I mean, in fairness, your opponent has built racks, right? So you kind of justify, but here's the problem, guys. Teensy problem. Yeah, I don't think you go stone. I think you just play the age, because if you play the age, you're now 4 villages ahead. For reference, this is equivocal, actually better than being an Ayyubid player and going growth wing. And immediately queues up camel archers. I'm not crazy about the camels. I think you just spam archers here. But the problem is we can see what Voldemar cannot. He's busy scouting at home. Alarm bell should be going off when he sees no production buildings here. This is an all-in by Core. He's either winning the game or losing the game at 15 minutes. Meanwhile, Core doing a better job of just getting all the info he needs here. Doesn't quite know about the camel archer, but when you see it, you're not going to feel deterred. You're going to be quite happy here. I think Voldemar just needs to take this to the other side and raid. I think that's the goal here. But with the wooden fortress already being up, that's going to be more difficult. How did you guys vote in the end, by the way? Things got wild towards the end of the voting sequence anyway. So 58% backing Core. I wonder, did the voting end before the Spearmen done what they done there? Because we've got second TC as well. I wondered if Voldemar was going to be greedy enough for it. Apparently so. He's not convinced that Core has the ammunition to take him down fast enough. I can't see where it's come from as well, right? Golden Gate pads you a little bit, sure, but you know, when you go this many villages down so early, when you think about how efficient Abbasids are with 2 TC play as well, with the fresh foodstuffs, almost just feels like a no-brainer. We do need to see fresh foodstuffs, though. Voldemar has not been greedy enough. I think it's kind of a mistake just not getting this straight away. It returns a pretty lofty amount of food, actually. You save 54 food per TC per minute. Nice removal of vision. Spearman will be chased away. Maybe we're going to see a stables follow-up here for Core. Instead, it's going to be Blacksmith's priority, so it's just looking to get the Steeled Arrow online. And stables is now being dropped. So, this is starvation strat. Yeah, this is intriguing by Core. In a normal setting, this play would look really bad. Right? Like, your standard kind of map, like a Dry Arabia or a Lipany, your opponent's probably got like 15 sheep. He's got the 6 starter berries. He's safe. This is not Dry Arabia. Skaargård offers you very little safely. You get 5 sheep, you get 5 deer. On paper, it's a lot of food, right? It's about 2,750 food. But in reality, you know, it dries up fast. Even when you're playing Abbasids. That's why we're already seeing Voldemar adding in farms. Especially when he tries to go camel archers, this is not cheap. Meanwhile, if your name's Core in this one, if you're playing Teal, you've got access to the boar. You've got all the deer to the north side afterwards. Like, he's not going to starve out anytime soon. Cool, understanding he needs to go. Rams already being prepped. So the Blacksmith makes more sense now, right? I thought we might see Knights, but I think he realizes taking a raiding type approach to this doesn't make sense because of Camel Archers. If you try to scale Knights, your opponent's going to mirror with the scaling point of Camel Archers. And they can kite you while defending base. Well, we did say that this was make or break by 15 minutes. And Core's actions definitely seem to be supporting that. Clown Car now moving into the second TC. Voldemar, a bit of a problem here, guys. He doesn't actually have much of an army right now to deal with this. Even if he got mass archers, this would be a problem due to the clown carring nature. Cool. Now starting to poke in. I kind of prefer the idea of like 10 archers in most cases. And the reason for that is because when you go up to 15, they kind of spread out a bit too much and often don't immediately re-garrison. Good micro by Voldemar, though. You know how you deal with clown cart shenanigans? Clown TCs. Oh, no. This is brutal. I mean, cool. He's just going to have to go for the good old standard expected player Rams. Build enough to destroy a building. Don't build enough to cheese your way to one kill with one Ram, right? But that means less going into Archer Mass, more going into Siege. Spying Voldemar much needed time, considering he's already 9 farms deep. Second Archer range now getting added up behind this. Second Ram's going to be attempted again. I mean, we've got triple Archer range, 1 Rax. This is such a classic. I got a really big smile on my face because I do not remember the last time I got to see a Roos forward base like this. This was a powerful build, if you guys remember. I think Vortex was one of the first players to really signal onto B as well. It was back on Lipany they discovered this strategy where you play under the ball, you build the Winter Fortress, you build all the structures around it, and then you just follow through it. Meanwhile, not quite going up. In fact, he's going to cancel it because the scout is there. Doesn't want to mess around with it. He's probably falling back for a secondary wall. One Spearman already pulling over to that side. Houses, in the meantime, are getting targeted. The third Ram is now being built up. Voldemar needs an answer quick, and I think he just realized what was missing. This wasn't intended, guys. He's had the resources for fresh foodstuffs for ages in this game. And at every turn, he neglected it. And it's been like, he could have had it 4 minutes ago, right? 4 minutes alone in this situation would have saved him a lofty amount. He would have saved, what's that end up being? 432 food. 2 extra camels or several extra archers, right? Several spearmen in that situation instead. They just aren't there now. Means Core's timing is still on point. No wheelbarrow either means running out after Rams like this is not pretty. Voldemar having to flee the area. Several villagers are going to get struck down, though. Second TC under heavy pressure. Repair crew's going to come in. Horsemen try to dive. But the undermesh is not good enough for protection. Not against this many of the archers. Able to shift back further. In the moment, the villagers are going to start getting targeted. The horsemen are trickling in. And I think we are going to get a clear victor in game number 1 here. Core, a scrappy, messy, disastrous start to his game. But you know what? The beginning does not define the end. 28 archers. No military boot camp availability here. Now building a backup TC after losing the second. This is the most Abbasid BS ever. Oh, that is wild. What's the reason for not going knights? Timing, scaling. Your opponent already shoot camel archers. Like, you're just going to get screwed if you do it. Mass archers just makes more sense because also, like, normally Roos are a bit scared of just massing archers only because the opponent's going to have boot camp, right? So they trade better. But you can see your opponent went eco-wing. All you have to do is look at the landmark and look at him die. Camel archers, whew, somehow dodging death. Cool. The Rams are still making good on all the infrastructure, but keep in mind, Core doesn't know it's another TC yet. It's about to find out soon, though. Voldemar having to shift all the way into the corner, massing up as many production buildings behind this as he can. The dive is coming through. Archer Mass still at 18. Able to keep Voldemar's head in the dirt. The second TC is now revealed, but in the meantime, the Rams are now out of position. Villagers move out. Voldemar able to snipe one. Second one is going to fall soon. That means the third TC should be safe here. Behind this, we haven't got any sort of transition. Core is stockpiling a lot of tickets, but he doesn't have a second TC. Instead, he just has more Rams. This is actually wild. Relentless aggression versus relentless greed. We've even got farms now being set up all the way in the back corner. Credit to him, Voldemar didn't actually lose all the farms. He has a substantial amount still around the TC compared to what he should have lost, right? I think he only lost maybe 3 farms max. So, food eco-wise, he can afford to stay here. But as we know, Core isn't going anywhere anytime soon. He still has all the food out on the map at his disposal. fifth ram now being built up by the German. Outpost is going to be a no. Martial lead is still substantial. Some horsemen now being added in by Valdemar. Farms are now being targeted. Not a bad choice here. Villagers are going to be pulled. Core a little bit slow on the reaction to this. He's trying to go for the juggler. The House of Wisdom, not always an easy target here. But it's going to light a fire underneath Voldemar's ass. He has to defend soon. Now, remember, 2 landmarks, so not just the House of Wisdom. The TC needs to be deleted as well. Voldemar, it feels a little bit like he's overreacting. It seems like he doesn't want to lose the Golden Age, which I understand, but you just don't have the mass of horsemen or archers yet to directly conflict with this. Another ram being targeted. Horsemen are going to dive in. Villagers are able to get back in on the garrison. The archers now trading out with their counterparts, but Core is looking unstoppable. 4 rams still alive, 1 landmark down, a double archer lead, and one that is not going away anytime soon. Horsemen try to just stick a muddy foot in the mixer. But still, like, you're trickling in horsemen. They maybe absorb 1 shot, great, but it's not going to be enough. And now we've got bigger problems on the horizon. TC about to be low 4k HP. 4 rams wailing on it. This could be over within 30 seconds. Voldemar needs to make a move right now, but with only archers and 13 villagers garrisoned inside, he doesn't have a quick answer. Rams are shifting away. I'm a little bit surprised though. Core looks like he's worried about the villagers being pulled over here. Voldemar, are you actually kidding me? The boy who lived, not yet come to die. Voldemar pushes him away. Core now going up to 6 rams, but at this stage, we are reaching desperation territory. This is the guy who strikes out 15 times at the bar on a Saturday night and resorts to seducing a lamppost. He is having a horrible time here. If he cannot get the kill and get it fast, this is over. So what does he do? Core goes up to double-digit rams. He knows that with enough rams, there is no clear counter. Voldemar only has villagers to kill them out. Core even snatching the deer from right next to Voldemar's base, doing everything he can to prevent a sudden boom of horsemen here. Voldemar, just trying to buy more time, is now setting up the walls. Voldemar, well, he has built a scout. I don't think he's going to want the information that guy's going to provide him, though, because there is something coming over the hill. And it's something of a monster. 11 rams now. I think we found Core's favorite unit. Villagers also being pulled. This is it. He knows it's all in. Everything but the kitchen sink to sink the kid in game number 1. Rams need to go around the sides right now. They're kind of clambering over each other. Villagers with the torches out. Surely this must be it. Voldemar pulls everything as well. This is absolutely wild. Rams are shuffled around now. And that is it. There's no denying it anymore. Core, it's only game 1. And we are already off to an absolutely insane set.